The thing with Raziel is that, and I think Proctor tweeted that. Proctor tweeted something like, we all told her she should be saying less, or at least saying this from an anonymous account. But now, you know, Luca's still making money, and I think he said she's got a lawsuit on her hands. So the definition of defamation in Japan is like very different than the one we have here. So impromptu stream. This is a guerrilla stream because Raziel. Do you guys remember Raziel? I did a stream on her. This is where the infamous clip, I think Trigger Point posted of me saying, debunking the new Menhera allegations on stream, and it's like me saying, holy shit, this document's 80 pages long. Do you guys remember her document? She made a document against Luca Kaneshiro with some very heavy accusations, and I think false ID, presented it on stream. Mugen did a video on it too. We're gonna take a look at the Mugen video because the document isn't available anymore. This document has been reported so many times by Niji sisters or Nijisanji fans that it got taken down. So we don't have access to the document anymore. I have screenshots that I used in my video from her very first allegations, but that's it. And yeah, False also interviewed her. She got served cease and desist from Nijisanji that she tweeted about an hour and a half ago, which is, it's pretty shocking news. Well, yes and no, I guess. It's also very in character for them. Now, I'm not trying to get a cease and desist myself, so I have to watch what I'm saying. I'm gonna make myself a little smaller so you guys can read. I was just served a cease and desist from Any Color Ink in paper. So a lot of people are also questioning. I mean, she does clarify here that it's in paper. So does this mean that she received electronic papers before? Or, and this is a follow-up? I don't know. I fully intend to comply with it as I have until now and will continue to do so into the future. This is all I will share on the matter. Thank you. So now I suppose it's, you know, in legal hands. What's the context of this? I already talked about it a little bit, but Raziel, or Monic, is an ex-mod, also alleged to have had some romantic relationships with Luca Kaneshiro. Everything's totally alleged here. She kind of denies those allegations. Other people are pointing those accusations at her. I'm giving you guys like kind of both sides here. And in that she released like an 80-page document, like a Google Doc with screenshots, with like internal, like alleging that Luca had leaked some internal information. We can probably watch a video on it so we can remember it. A lot of people are saying, oh my god, this is Any Color equivalent to admitting the fact, trace and effect, and they're kind of crying wolf. Now, a cease and desist doesn't necessarily mean that this is true. In fact, it doesn't mean that at all, because let's remember that Nijisanji, or like Any Color, its parents company, they're based in Japan, so they're operating on Japanese laws. And, you know, I've been on a couple of legal mindset streams, and a few of them were talking about things like that. And the Japanese Criminal Code of Japan says, a person who defames another by alleging facts in public shall, regardless of whether such facts are true or false, be punished by imprisonment with or without work for not more than 3 years, or a fine of not more than 500,000 yens. So the definition of defamation in Japan is like very different than the one we have here. It doesn't need to be something that is true for it to be for it to be considered defamation. And in fact, I think LM touched a little bit more on this. It's just gotta be something that goes from the private to the public sphere, which is kind of exactly what she did, not gonna lie there. But regardless, I don't know if I want to blow this right now, if I want to say this right now. Let me catch a super chat first. Kind of surprised it took them this long. So there's a lot of question about this. One of them is the fact that it took them 2 months to do this. Why? I mean, I know getting managerial approval and the communications within Nijisanji have been excruciatingly long in the past, so maybe that's just one of it. As long as it's true, there isn't a lot Niji can really do. They can try to ruin her, but I doubt they want to sue in jurisdiction outside of Japan, where they can potentially lose. Dragging her to JP is an uphill battle. So a cease and desist is not legal. There's no lawsuit there, right? It's just threats. It's stop talking about this, or you're gonna get in trouble, or we're gonna take more steps. Niji challenge. Don't have a PR disaster for 1 month? Question mark? Maybe even a week? Absolutely impossible. I understand it does not mean it's true, but for a company already struggling with bad PR, this is just a very stupid move. Yeah, if I'm a Nijisanji liver right now, I'm like, can this just stop? Can we just stop? Can we just let it go? But on the other hand, like if you're Luca, I'd see how he want this stop, because she has like some very serious threats, not threats. She had some very serious allegations against him. Raziel said that she accused him of like sexual assault, that he quote unquote, I'm trying to find a friendly version of that word for YouTube. He like jacked off in a voice call with her. Another serious allegation, off the top of my head, I don't totally remember the document, was also that that he had made several accounts to stop. That's not me saying that, by the way. That's her. To stop to harass or to bully other contestants that wanted to audition for Nijisanji, which is a pretty wild claim. And the other part also is that I don't know where Raziel is based. Like, is she in America? In which state? That also has to play into what Nijisanji can do here. And again, I don't know why it took them so long to send him the papers. Maybe they were looking for her address. When it comes to defamation, here, at least in the United States, not that I'm even in the United States, but in the United States, you gotta prove malice, and that becomes a little bit more complicated. The other thing that's why I said this was very in character for Niji is that they have tried by various other means to quote-unquote silence people that were speaking out against them before. So Kyo, I think it was a year ago, in February, got hit with multiple copyright strikes on his channel, which made it that his channel would be terminated in 7 days. Now, he contested the strike, and they didn't take it further. They didn't want to sue. It would have been a very difficult battle to win anyway. Same thing happened with False ID. And then they also allegedly did this thing at WeebCon with False ID, where they told WeebCon, tell him to take that tweet down, or we're not gonna let you guys work with the VAs that we know and our connections anymore. So you're gonna be royally screwed next year if you don't cut that shit off. So they're not afraid to use pressure to get people to stop talking about them. even if any color brought the case to another country, it would be under the country's laws, not Japan, so it's still L for any color. It might be, I mean, it could be that well, yeah, no, in this case, the thing is, so I spoke to False ID. He has a video coming tomorrow with a lot more information. I don't want to spoil it. I think we can just look forward to the video. It's gonna be great. He probably has documents, but it's not totally because of defamation. It's also because they're trying to hold her to an NDA that's been expired, so that's why they're doing that. I don't know. She's gonna have to lawyer up, and I hope that she has a good lawyer to help her with that. I don't know how that's supposed to fucking hold like months later, because that's kind of a stretch. But it might be. There are some contracts that hold after the dissolution of the contract. I don't know if this is common for NDAs. I asked Legal Mindset to join. He's on another stream right now, so unfortunately he couldn't. I think he's got his hand full with the Rakitia case, but I'll probably talk to him once he has a chance. Hello, Shiori! Yeah, they are. I mean, everybody stopped talking about it, but it's still kind of a black mark on Luca, so I also kind of understand why they want to do that. She did blab and leak a lot. And just to tell you how goofy the Japanese defamations law are, this is Sea-Dog's take on this, okay? Sea-Dog said, once mentioned, why I legally can't talk about VTuber drama. It's a short clip. Let's take a look at it.
What's the drama? Just okay, it is clickbait, but there is drama, all right? Okay, I mean, there's actually drama, but there's not too much I can say about it, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Japan has fantastic defamation laws that are completely stupid.
Sarcastic.
So, a lot of the times, I can't talk about certain things. The fear of getting sued. So it's very frustrating. But
I think I sent that clip to LM.
In vague terms. Yeah, Japan has this brilliant legal precedent where defamation is not. In Western countries, defamation typically means you have to prove that there's some false terms being said or.
Let me grab this comment because it's a good question. ND, I thought she didn't work with Niji and secretly worked with Luca. That is true. Now you're jogging my memory. She did say that she secretly worked with Luca, right? And he had to send her payments as commission, remember? And he didn't want to sign a contract with her. But he might have made her sign an NDA. Who knows?
False statements.
I mean, these are all allegations.
Japan, you just have to prove malice.
Just huge disclaimer, this is a story, it's a developing story, it's a story that's in progress, and we are getting information like as we speak.
Or like intent to harm. So like, for example, if I wanted to, let's say, this is a real one. I knew someone whose friend went to the dentist.
Yeah, I sent this clip to LM.
In Japan,
I'm the one
they
who sent
reviewed
it to him.
publicly on Google and said, don't don't go to this dentist, 1 star, they fucked up my teeth.
Hey,
and they got sued.
Wabi is in Japan right now. Any possible collabs/hangouts? Also hope you're doing well.
I mean, if he's if he's down.
Japan's newest black company.
In Japan, like, let's say they fucked up my teeth and I reviewed it and I said bad things. The legal precedent, from my understanding, is that they would only have to prove that my review was made, or my disparaging words, even though I was, in a Western country, be fully justified in saying my opinion. As if they can prove that I said things about them to harm them, which is a very low bar to achieve, you can get sued. And you can also get, from my understanding as well, I don't know if this is true, the punishment's quite severe. So yeah, but they harmed a person, literally doesn't matter. Like there's been some crazy ones where, like, I think that's
what I've been told to somebody close to the case, Nuzagi Charmer.
Really bad.
Oh, you guys get the point. So this is the tweet she had released on this, my experience with Java Luca Kaneshiro. But as I've told you at the beginning of the stream, I know a lot of people are coming in now. She didn't take down the document, but it got reported, so it got taken down. So we don't have access to it right now. And I looked into my files and I hadn't made a copy of it, unfortunate. But she was also alleging a couple things. One big thing also was that she had copied his signature, and that signature had been used for merch. That she had written the thank you note for his fans for like 1 million subscribers and things like that. So who is this person? She's an ex-mod that claims to have worked with Luca Kaneshiro. Other people claim they were in a relationship. We don't know if that's true. But they were definitely very close from the way she speaks about it. Yes, TLDR in Japan, even if what you're saying is true, you can still get sued for defamation legally. Exactly. Let's hope Niji never gets sponsored by Boeing. Might lose their doors again. I feel like what Niji does not understand is that the influence it holds is directly tied to its reputation. It's like a bully whose growth spurt didn't hit as well and is not confused why people don't like them now. That's a funny metaphor. Maybe it's a culture thing, I don't know. But it certainly doesn't look that great here in the Americas to sue people left and right. But who knows? Maybe it's completely made up what she said, and that's why they're doing this. I have no idea. The reason why I spoke about this as allegations, as rumors. I never made a video about it because it was never really proven. There's some things in the document that were pretty vague, especially the bullying allegations. I mean, if she lived in Japan, Niji can sue, but since she probably lives in the West, Japanese courts don't have the jurisdiction to sue the Raziel person. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if she doesn't have a contract with them, they can't force her to apply another country's rule. I don't know. IP's rights are a lot more stronger for the companies in Japan. I got excerpts from her first claim, because she did several different claims. One of them... This is from the first time. I had this in my video, so I saved them. This is one part where she talks about the sexual harassment stuff. I tweeted about it yesterday. He would constantly hum things or people on my stream, call it my physical features, even though we were in VR, etc. But I did brush it off at the time, and honestly, I don't care anymore. I was just a little heated upset that people would call me all these nasty things when they don't know shit. Jeff and I had a great past life. She also like kind of leaked his PL there. And then the other unhinged thing is that she alleges that he made multiple Twitter accounts to harass people about not getting into Nijisanji. Dude's a full-on double agent. Couldn't tell you why, but I had to clean that up for him and lie it wasn't him if someone asked. Crazy. Well, allegedly there is an old NDA that's in play, which we'll know more about tomorrow when False's video drop. So stay tuned for that. I want to like remember the rest of the allegations that were in the document. So I think we should watch this video and try to remember what they were all about. Hi guys. Hi guys, we're coming in just now. That's just an $8 employee thinks Japan law applies where you are. Maybe. Maybe. But then how does Nintendo does it? You guys, is Nintendo winning their court case? Oh yeah, one of the big ones that she made was the Minecraft server thing. So she also kind of claimed that she basically had built the whole Minecraft server for him. And that she had and that she would put the mats in a chest for him so he could pretend that he had gathered them himself for the stream. Raz also confirmed the allegations regarding Aster Arcadia's behavior being true. How so? I don't see how she confirmed them. Actually, I think her claim about the bullying was one of the weakest part of her document. So I kind of disagree with that one. Basically, she had access to his corporate account is something that she claimed, yeah, in her document, but also she was privy to some inside communication between him and the company and managers. So by that, by claiming that she saw the discussions regarding, I think it was a 3D concert or something, that means that he breached NDA to tell her about this. And that's another reason why the claims were so big. I made a video on this and I used a Luca Kaneshiro fan art. I didn't know it was a fan art. And the artist is a huge Niji fan. And they got really mad at me. They got really mad. They asked me to take it down immediately. So I had to change my thumbnail. Currently, any color stocks at 2077. Bro, when I was trading back then, it was definitely more than 3000. I don't remember exactly the number, but I remember that it was expensive. Yep. Yeah, she alleged that he was leaking internal confidential information. And I wonder why. I guess the big question is why they're going after her to stop talking rather than take punitive actions against him. Not sure. Yeah, her accusations against Aster were weak. It was like, I remember that I read that and I was like, this doesn't prove anything. There's no evidence. And she was like, well, the person doesn't want to be named. Okay, I get it, but the source, trust me, bro, doesn't really work here. You think it's because he brings in money? Perhaps. The thing with Raziel is that, and I think Proctor tweeted that. Proctor tweeted something like, we all told her she should be saying less, or at least saying this from an anonymous account. But now, you know, Luca's still making money, and I think he said she's got a lawsuit on her hand. Things haven't gotten that far. It's not a lawsuit, but she's got a cease and desist, and now she's got a lawyer up. You know, she's gonna be spending some money on this. So, yeah, this sucks. I mean, it sucks. Wish her the best, for sure. But she did play with fire doing this. What do you guys think? The thing is, I don't know if she had done these anonymously, if they would have gotten the same weight. I do respect her for putting like her name on it, like even if it's her internet name, right? You build a digital footprint related to a name, so it is kind of important. It holds more weight than doing it on from a burner account. At least I believe so. You know, it was brave. It's kind of unhinged, but it was brave. Aster thing was a nothing burger of him having a bit of a fit over nothing, but it also proves that Luca was discussing internal information with her that he shouldn't have been discussing and breaking NDA. Yeah, that was the one of the big things. I think, you know, what I've been trying to train my audience to do, and what I am trying to do is, like, we all have biases in life, right? And we all see different events from different perspectives. But I think the best that we can do, and the most important thing that we can do, is to recognize those biases and to try to do an exercise when we think about things. Do I believe this? Do I believe this because it confirms my biases, or is this actually factual and rational? And this is what I've been trying to do. And I know sometimes the Niji fans get mad at me for criticizing Nijisanji, and sometimes the anti-Niji fans also get upset with me because I don't criticize Nijisanji enough. But I do feel like there's been a lot of confirmation bias, and we're kind of starting sometimes to lose track of things and believing stuff that's a stretch. And I usually always check my sources, and a lot of time, even when during the Yuko Yurei stream, people were like, no, there's hard evidence. I've looked at this evidence. I've looked at it, and it doesn't prove what you think it proves. So I think we need to tread a little carefully, not in the sense that like I don't want to hurt Nijisanji's ego. I don't really care about that. But I care about getting things right. And I care about not spewing bullshit. I went a bit on a tangent there, but that's something that I want to be clear about. Assuming she has receipts and wasn't lying in her claims, Niji can send as many cease and desist as they want. Not sure how they will follow up legally since she isn't in Japan, I presume. I also don't get that, Sean. I don't know how they're gonna follow up with it, but couldn't they get a they could get a lawyer in America and then have a representative there. They'd have to sue her on American laws, but like I said, this might not be a defamation case. I try to take a balanced approach, yes, Kirby. Not a neutral approach, because neutral is cringe. That's weak. But I do try to take a balanced approach, but the problem with that is sometimes you just end up pissing off both sides anyway. I mean, you're just always gonna piss off somebody. It's the freaking VTuber community. In the same 48 hours, I've been blamed about showcasing somebody's very open PL, and simultaneously I've been banned about not talking enough about somebody else's PL. That was much more anonymous, so yeah, weird. It is a scare tactic, and they're mostly trying to pressure her into silence, but she does say... She says that she's not gonna... She said that she's gonna follow it, and she doesn't want to talk about it anymore. Yeah, I don't think anything she showed counted as harassment. I think I'll have to agree with that. Yeah, but we're assuming that she's in the United States here. If it's something illegal and you use the law to shut someone up about it, it does sound illegal. That does sound illegal when you put it like that. Yeah, I know. Wait. Let's look at the stock right now. Oh god, I wish I hadn't looked at my portfolio. What is this? Is Japan gonna get their shit together? I'm plummeting, guys. I'm plummeting. I'm plummeting like the Nijisanji stock. Yeah, they're at 2072 right now. Holy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Their peak was 4,200. They dropped like 2,000 points. Meanwhile, Hololive. So I trade Hololive a lot. Their peak was 3,200. But really, they've always been under 3,000. Now they're at 1,529. But Nijisanji's like average was way closer to 3,800. Now they're at 2075. Alright, well, this is a really good time to buy in Japan right now, guys. If you have some spare money. I did trade in the Tokyo stock market, yeah. I mean, I stopped trading now that it's like plummeted, but my money's stuck there. I'm just waiting for Hololive to go back up now. What would be really smart is for me to buy more stocks right now. I know that sounds crazy, but I could buy more right now at a bargain and kind of like go in the, like, average it out. And that could kind of work, guys. That could kind of work. I see it. I see it. It could work. Hear me out. It could work. In the end, Niji reputation is already over, but it will spread through JP. If Ian would merge, they can't control it. I really wanted Tazumi Riku just to acknowledge his mistakes and shut up about it. Listen, I don't know if it's all about Tazumi, Riku Tazumi. He has a board that he has to listen to. It is funny to to put him as the face of this because of all the memes, though. I'll agree with that. I also just wanted them to shut up about it and try to do better. I do think that they've had some good things going on lately. They've had a new gen. Nothing has been controversial about them yet, besides some rumors. They're putting out more content like we asked them to. They're keeping up some of their promises, and then boom, they have that. That's kind of lame. That's a thorn in the side for me.